Welcome everybody. I'm here to go over the new runes for the preseason right now. For patch 7.22 before the season 8 goes in. I'm sure they're gonna make changes to some of these runes because some of them are lackluster and some of them are obviously very strong. We're gonna go over with resolve and then go on. Um, so dipping into the resolve plus any path will give you 130 health, which is really nice on tanks. The first keystone is going to be Grasp of the Undying, and basically it's just like the old grass but stronger. It gives you a bunch of health, like 17 health over 5 seconds, and that's a lot of health, especially early. And it works very well with champions with high base damage, so champions like Cho'Gath, I expect them to take grasp and it to really hurt when they hit you with grasp. And then we have aftershock. So basically, after you CC a champion, an enemy champion, you get a shield, and the shield will do damage around you. It's going to be really good for engage supports and or tanks. So like a Galio or Rek'Sai, Rakan, Braum, Leona. It's going to be good on all those champions. It's going to give you extra survivability. It's a really good keystone as well. The next one is Guardian. It's in my taste, it's pretty bad because it's not realistically a good keystone. Because like it's like when I was reading the patch notes, it says definitely not Braum. Braum and Rakan are the only ones that can actually make use of this because they're the only ones that would like to stay close to their ADC because, well, like Braum, for example, like if he already has a shield, so if he goes to stand beside you and then put up his shields, what's the point of taking Guardian if you can take Aftershock with to get the extra tankiness from engaging, and the shield would already protect your ADC from incoming anything. So at that point, like, why would you ever want to take Guardian? I think it would only be realistically good on Rakan because he would E onto you, then W, and then E back. So now you have the shield on top of a shield, on top of the heal that he's going to use when he Qs as well when he engages. So, but I think Rakan would do better after Aftershock. I think Guardian does need to be tweaked a bit because it's 175 units and you're basically standing on top of your AD carry, and I feel like you don't really want to do that, but I don't know. Next would be strength, unflinching. So basically, you get up to 35% tenacity. So I did the math. Irelia will get up to 97% tenacity, so she can just run rampant and do whatever she wants. With if she take with her passive with Merc Treads and unflinching, she basically can't be held down. So I think this is a really good mastery for Irelia. For other champions, I feel like it'd be situational. Demolish. Towers have armor. Um, I think Galio and Cho'Gath would be the best champions that can actually utilize this because Galio already has his empowered auto attack every 8 seconds, and so he could take towers down a bit quicker than other tanks. Cho'Gath only because he stacks so much health and he can just pop Gargo's stone plate and then deal half of the damage, or like I want to say not exactly half, a little under that, like 2/5 of the tower's health with one auto attack. But I think it'd be situational, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Front of life. So pairs enemy movements when you mark them. Heals when your allies heal when attacking championship marks. So it's old Bond of Stone with grasp. So it's not bad. Tom Kench, Cho'Gath, basically any tank like that will really like this keystone. Next up is resistance, iron skin, armor gives you 5% armor. Okay. Mirror Shield gives you +5 magic resist and 5% magic resist. I mean, these also include, so it's only good for laning. So it's like, oh, you have a little bit extra armor, and then you have to eat a consumable to get extra armor so you can go for a trade, or get healed to go for a trade. And same thing with Mirror Shell. But I think conditioning is something you would always want to get, because at the end you'll have more magic resistant armor with this. And if you're a tank, that's what you aim for, is to reach the late game, not to survive laning. And if you need to survive laning, then your champion has some sort of problem. You don't really want to do that. So like, why wouldn't you ever want to take conditioning over the other two? I guess these are lanes situational, I guess. But, or like if they're more heavy in AP or AD, you might want to go Mirror Shield. But I think you still want to take conditioning, because I just think it's better. You'll have more resistances at the end, and I just think it's better. Alright, Vitality. I feel Overgrowth is really good, because you get about 40% of your max health in lane. You get about 40% of your max health about every 5 waves, or 4%, 4.8%. My bad. Every 5 waves. And so this is going to be really good for late game champions like the tanks. So this is really nice on them, and you get so much out of this. It's really good. Heals and shields are 5% stronger and increase an additional 10% on low health targets. So Soraka and Rakan are the only ones that would be good with this, because they're the only ones that could simultaneously heal themselves and their team. But the math, it doesn't add up, because they only get about 20 more health. I mean, per heal. I mean, yeah, it adds up, but like how many times you think you're gonna use it in a team fight? You're probably only gonna get an extra 60 off of it. It really feels bad. Rune, like it's pretty bad. It's not a lot of health you get extra, and that's when the extra 10% low health target, because you get an extra 20% heal base healing off your heal or shield, and I don't think you want to ever take this. It's pretty trash. Second win. Basically, after taking damage from any champion, heal back some of your missing health over time. So it's pretty busted. You get about 15 health every 10 seconds. So basically, you get not a Dorn shield. You get a Spectre's Cowl. Like a Spectre's Cowl as a rune. So if you take Doran Shield, Spectre's Cowl, and Second Wind, you're gonna win every single trade ever. And if your champion has some sort of sustain, or they take grasp, you're gonna win every trade. Second Wind is super good. All right. Oh yeah. Also, by the way, how these runes work is that you take your first keystone, you pick your runes after that, and then after that you take another 2 from another one. You don't take the keystone from that, so you pick from the 3 slots there. But we're gonna move on to domination. Sorry for not explaining that earlier. We're gonna move on to domination. All right, electrocute. My goodness. The base damage on this is so good. It is 5 times stronger than the old Thunderlords when it comes to level 3, 4, and 5, because that's where the damage is really felt. Even at level 1, because level 1, Thunderlords was only an extra 10 damage, but level 1 electrocutes an extra 50. And 50 base damage at level 1 is nothing to... It's nothing to laugh at, because that hurts. That really hurts. And on Assassins, their level 3 all-ins are just so strong. But the way it works has changed. For instance, if you're playing Morgana and you would put your W down and they stand there for 3 ticks of damage, it would usually proc Thunderlords, but with Electrocute, not anymore. Same thing with Syndra's ultimate. If she just press ult and those balls hit someone, it will not proc Electrocute. You have to auto attack them 2 more times, or hit him with another 2 abilities for Electrocute to proc. That's the major difference here. So champions like that might want to take something different, but it's still a good mastery nonetheless. Predator, it's good. Predator is really good, but has a very long cooldown. It's going to be good for chasing down enemies. It's 180 seconds beginning, and basically it gives your boots an active. It deals pretty good damage. It's good for chasing down your enemies, but if you're playing something like Rengar, then you have your ulti to get on people, and he probably doesn't want to go Predator. Kha'Zix, on the other hand, probably would like to go Predator. It'd be a nice item on him. Okay. Dark Harvest. So, I don't exactly know how Dark Harvest works. I've seen it, like, I haven't tested it yet because there's a lot to go through, it's just so many new things to go through, and I've only done the ones that seemed very, very strong, and they obviously are. But this is more of a farming type jungler, and basically, your next attack on a champion and structure can use Soul Charge to deal bonus adapted damage. So what I'm getting at, you have to collect 150 Soul Essence, and from killing monsters, it takes 2 souls. So you're hardly ever gonna collect 150 until mid to late game. If you're like, even if you are ahead, it's gonna take you about 30 minutes into the game to get 150 Soul Essence to deal this extra damage. And it has scaling, which is nice, and it also scales with the Soul Essence. So if you have 150, say somehow you got this like level, I don't know, 10, 11, and you have and it does 70. It's not even 70, it's lower than that. So it's 150 plus 65. So it'd be 210 base damage, that's pretty good, and 25 of your bonus AD. And that's a lot of damage, but the thing is, it will consume the charges, is what it says here, and then you have to refarm the Dark Harvest. So it's nice to get once every 5 to 10 minutes. But for junglers that can clear super fast, like Nidalee and Kayn, I guess it'd be the only thing it'd be okay on them, but Nidalee probably rather go in Electrocute. Since Kayn's early game is so weak and he has to come up top early because he skills off bonus AD, he might have to take Dark Harvest. Yeah, I wouldn't use it. It definitely needs a buff because you just have to refarm that, and it feels bad, man. And they last for 20 seconds, so Soul Charge lasts 20 seconds. So right after you finish a camp, right after you finish a camp or kill a minion or something, you have to use them within the next 20 seconds, and that's the extra, that what makes this thing extra bad. If you were using Nocturne on this, I guess it'd be another okay one, because you have a lot of range, so even if you do red, you can just gank mid with your ult or gank bot with your ult. So it's not that bad, I guess. I don't like how you have to refarm the soul essence and then you have to use it within 20 seconds. Alright. So next one here we have cheap shot. This is really, really overpowered. Like 12 base damage level 1 is definitely gonna hurt. Champions like Jax, Aurelia, Callista, Fiora, they could all abuse this. It's really strong. Ashe permanently has this up. Callista can permanently have this up almost, but Ashe definitely will have this up permanently, and so it could help her become meta again. I'm not quite sure. Really good. Taste of Blood. So basically, it heals for roughly the same amount of damage that Cheap Shot will deal to you. So this is basically for champions who can't use Cheap Shot. If your champion doesn't have any CC, like I guess Jace has CC on his Q. Like if you're playing Master Yi, don't go Cheap Shot. Go for a Taste of Blood, and you'll get healing. This is basically the answer for Cheap Shot. Since Cheap Shot is obviously strong, so Taste of Blood can counter that. And then we have Sudden Impact. This is very, very, like, very strong. Like, at any point of the game, this is very broken. Because Callista permanently has it. Fiora permanently can have this up always, especially late game when her Q becomes a very, very low cooldown. And when she hits level 9, her Q becomes a very low cooldown, and she can permanently have Sudden Impact up, so she permanently has a lethality. Champions like Riven, LeBlanc, Fizz, they're all gonna love this mastery because they basically have free lethality and free magic pen. So good. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about the three of these together: Zombie Ward, Power Ghost, and Eyeball Collection. Zombie Ward, Power Ghost are, I guess, meant for top jungle. Really, Zombie Ward basically gives you a ward for taking down a ward, but it's visible. Ghost Poro is you just literally walk past a brush and Ghost Poro is there, because you have to be in that brush for X amount of time. The X amount of time is usually the amount of time it takes you to walk through it. So it'd be good for top and jungle. The range is actually a lot bigger than what it said, and when it came to the live patch, I thought it was gonna be the size, like the vision size, the size of a tea mushroom, but it's actually a lot bigger than that, and it's really nice to have around. You can just basically ward the enemy jungle or ward the river for free. Eyeball Collection. So you get you max out at 20, so it's not all that great. Then again, so basically for champion kills and ward kills, you get adaptive damage, and it would be really good on an ADC, really, and I guess a mid laner. But the thing with Zombie Ward is whenever you take down someone's ward, you put another ward and they know there's a ward there. Someone with Eyeball Collection, you gave him a free stack of eyeball. I mean, it's not awful, but you don't get, you get like 20 AP or like, what is it? What is it? It's 0.6. So you get like 12 AD, 12 AD, 20 AP. Alright, Hunter. So this is Ravenous Hunter. Super, super strong. It'd be really good on like ability uses like Rise, the Cast, the Rengar. Champions that just want to spam their abilities. And it scales off with takedowns, with champion takedowns. So, super good. Indigenous Hunter. what do I have to say about this? Why it would be good on supports and portable users, but like, why would you ever want to take it if Reminisce is just better? Even Relentless is better than Digitus. Like, you're never gonna be able to Zonius twice in a team fight. Realistically, I only think you'd be good on supports if they want their activatable items up more often. But I don't think they're ever gonna be dipping into this tree. I could be wrong. Okay, Relentless Hunter is nice. You basically get a pair of boots for free. Like, you get enchanted boots, like tier 2 boots for free. And it would work on champions like Camille to get their true damage proc off, or like for champions who are kind of slow, like Jaxers that don't have really much of a gap closer, to like stick onto their target. Okay, that's for domination. Now we're gonna go precision. This is basically the ADC rune page. This is the ADC runes right here. Press the attack. Super, super good. Arguably one of the best keystone, right next to Cleomancy and Electrocute in the currently right now. No cooldown, which makes it super broken. It gives you a lot of 30 base damage at level 1, which is really good. And you get Vladimir's ultimate. You get Vladimir's ultimate on an ADC. Why would you ever want to take anything else? Like, if you're an ADC or an auto attack user, go press the attack. Super, super good. Lethal Tempo. If I see you with Lethal Tempo in one of my games, you are a troll, because it's not really that good. Realistically, it's only going to be good for Caitlyn in the mid game, because that's when she's strongest. Even with the nerfs, she's still really good early, mid, but she's going to fall off late, and Lethal Tempo would be good for her propel into the mid game, so she can just take towers down quicker, so she can stack her passive up. Other than that, don't take this. I don't think you should take this on anyone else, because you can only get 3.7 max attack speed with a champ like Akali, because Akali has one of the highest base attack speeds, right next to Maokai, and attack speed scales off your base. With 6 Nashor's Tooth, you only get 3.7 max attack speed with Lethal Tempo. It's not that great. Yes, there's montages of like hitting like 7.2 attack speed or some 5.26, something ridiculously high, but then realize they have like a Lulu, they have Ardent Sensor, they have all these items and champions to enhance your attack speed. And so that would be the only reasonable time to actually use it. I don't think it's good. And it's just for like flex cheese. Go press the attack. Fleet footwork, Warlords. It's a buff for Warlords. What can I say? It's a buff for Warlords. That's it. It's not bad. You probably want to take this on Jhin. Maybe. I'm not sure if there's another keystone that he wants to prefer, but I think Flip Warworth would be okay for him. Other than that, go press the attack. Don't touch Lethal Tempo. Alright, Heroism. Overheal. You get a basically, if you're a tank, you get about 400 to 500 of a shield for free. So that's good. This would also be good for a kill lane with relics users, 80s carries. That'd be really good too for your all-ins, because you have that shield on top of a shield with a shield in support. I'm not being like punny about it. I'm like dead serious. Like it's good for all-ins, because you just get so much shielding, and you soak up a lot of damage. It's dangerous game for very little go. It feels bad. You're never gonna notice the amount of go that it gives you ever, so don't ever take it. Presence of mind. Champions like Rice, Cassiopeia, LeBlanc, basically the champions with a lot of mana all in would be really good. Like Cassidon later in the game, with presence of mind, he would definitely like it because now you can cast like 2 fully stacked ultimates with basically no mana, and that's nice. But like, I don't think those champions are ever gonna dip into these runes because these are mostly meant for ADCs, and I don't know why they gave ADCs a something for mana. All right, the legend Oligarchy. It's good if you have high base attack speed, so keep that in mind. Singe and Aurelia, Tenacity, super good on it. Champions that will like to be free to move around. This is another one that will give Aurelia the 95% Tenacity, which is ridiculous. Bloodline gives you basically 8% lifesteal, which is okay. It's not bad. I mean, it's not 20%. It's not 10%. 8% is good. It's not bad. Not broken. It's not underpowered. This is a really good one. Coupe de Grace or Coupe de Grace. I don't know. 10% more damage of champions that do that 40%. Really, really, really good early game. Oh my goodness. Domination into Coupe de Grace. We're talking about the level 3 all-in of Zed or Katarina or Fizz even. Really good. Cut down. Tank Shredder. Giant Slider. It's basically a small Giant Slider as an item. Pretty good. Last Stand. Works with a shielding support. The healings. Wait. More damage when you're in low health. Yeah, okay, so basically deals when you're below 60% health. So basically, if you have a shielding support and you're under 60% health, you'll still be under 60% health. You just have a shield on top of that. So it'll be really good on the shielding support. Healing is okay on this, but the healing support, I said my bad. But the healing support will probably put you up beyond the 60%, so you're not going to have that extra damage. It's fine. Sorcery. Hey. Summon Irie. Alright. Okay. Basically, deals damage or gives you extra shielding depending on either you use your abilities on an enemy or on your ally. So, there's no cooldown. And there's a 4-second max cooldown for Irie to come back to you. This thing is so broken. The base is not good, but it has scaling, which is good. Free damage, free shielding, basically no cooldown. Super good. Take this on any support. Super good. Arcane comment. This would be if the champion has like CC they don't have to try for, like Rise. Like Rise also has to do is W, the comment will hit. But if a champion has at least 200 movement speed and they move in any direction, it'll miss. Yeah, it's a feels bad, but like if you can guarantee your CC, like Annie stun, the comment will hit, does really good damage, so that's good. All right, Phase Rush. It's just a super weak Storm Raiders. We're not gonna go over it. Nullifying Orb. Cooldown is too heavy. It's like 60 every minute, I believe. Yeah, it is. Every 1 minute you get a magic shield. So it's like a weak Hex Drinker. Again, another 60-second cooldown. Too heavy. It's too heavy to get mana boat flat. If you are having mana problems, you do one of the following. One, you buy a mana item, or two, you should know how to use your mana pool, like not to just spam abilities for no reason, but like to conserve your mana in such a way we don't have to get mana full land. And there's no reason to take this. Ultimate Hat would be the only one that you want to ever take in this artifact. Basically at 55% on your ultimate, it's really good. On Lux, you get a 20-second ult. On Ornn, you get to use this twice in a team fight. Your ultimate twice in a team fight, super good. Excellence, Transcendent. It's good. It's really gold efficient with the damage. So if you do purposely go over the CDR limit, you will get good damage. Like gold, the amount of gold that you use to buy extra CDR beyond 40%, it's gold efficient. So really nice. Clarity. If you have 1,000 movement speed, the most amount of AD you're gonna get is 54. That's all I have to say for you Hecarim players or Singe players, and it does adaptive damage. I wouldn't. I mean, you could. I wouldn't. Absolute Focus. This is kind of nuts. It's really good for protect the carry comps, like protect the Twitch, protect the COG, because you're going to take a bunch of shielding and healing, and they're always going to be at full health. So they're going to be doing so much damage. It's really good on junglers too, because if you're a good jungler, you're going to be healthy throughout the entire jungle. So you're going to be doing extra damage. Always. Okay, we're gonna go to power. Scorch. It's like mini ignite. It's gonna be very, very annoying in lane, and it's got good base damage early. 12 base damage early is nothing to be. At 30. Wow. Okay. So if you take Scorch, you take Cheap Shot, you take Execute. Not Execute. If you take Scorch, Cheap Shot, and Electrocute, your laner is in one hell of a time. They're going to hate themselves. Scorch is really good. The high space damage. Cooldown is not that bad because you can work around that. But yeah, 30 base damage level 1, nothing to be laughed at. It's going to hurt. It's going to be annoying. Water Walking. I guess it'd be for early game junglers only. Early cheese as well. Some roaming mid laners would be okay. But it's in the river only. The damage is only in the river. So what's the point? Like you'll get, like, if you're going to take the dragon, you're going to be in the river. You're going to get that extra damage, so it'd be nice. But roaming like Aurelion Sol and Talia, roaming mid laners would be nice. The extra movement speed would be nice so you can get there 2 seconds faster. But at the end of the day, you probably want to take Scorch anyways, or Gathering Storm. If you're anything below Diamond, Gathering Storm is something for you want to take, because speaking from experience, you don't ever end the game pre 30 minutes, and at 30 minutes is when this rune becomes worth it. And at 40 minutes, which is around where silver bronze players games last, you have a BF sword and a void staff. you basically either have an extra BF sword or void staff. So so if you can end, so basically if you're diamond and up, take Scorch because you know how to end the game early. If you're anything below that, take Gathering Storms. No offense to any of you. I am in that elo too. We can't end games. We just can't. Alright, last on the list, Inspiration. Alright, very quickly. If I ever see anybody take Unsealed Spellbook on my team, I am instantly dodging. I know for a fact they are trolling, because why would you ever want to take this ever? I think the only jungler that, like junglers, this is only specifically to two junglers. It's Ivern and Nunu, because Nunu already has a true damage on his Q, which does more than the smite. So why would you ever want to take it? And it's like you kind of don't want to take it anyways on a Nunu. And same thing with Ivern, because you don't really want to take it once you have 4 or 5 items in. And Ivern's more of a keep the enemy jungler from getting fed or getting for him to do anything, and help my team snowball and take objectives. And yeah, it's a coin flip on the objectives of Dragon and Baron, but if they're so behind, they can't really contest it. So that's the only time is when you want to take Smite out and put Nunu or Ivern into a different keystone other than Smite. That's the only time I think it's good ever. Other than giving it on your support, so your support starts level 2 by being on red side, taking the Gromp, and before your ADC becomes level 2, like a Karma or something that could pressure the lane at level 2, and your ADC like Twitch or Cog doesn't need to be level 2. Other than that, if I see a mid laner with exhaust, ignite, with Unsealed Spellbook in mid lane, I assume that you're a troll. Glacier Augmentation as passive in a keystone, worthless. Alright. Okay, so how do I start this? Okay, how about 3,900 gold in 10 minutes? 3,900 gold in 10 minutes. Gangplank. Okay, so this keystone is Gangplank. This is all about Gangplank. I'm talking about it for a little bit. So it gives you consumables. Some random ones, some mana pots, some health pots, some other like AD pots. Weird. Well, not AD, it's like adaptive. And it gives you a sack of gold between 20 to 100. And it drops something one every 3 times I proc this keystone. I was playing Gangplank up against a Shin. And Gangplank wins that matchup like at every point of the game. I did not use a Q on a single minion because you get 5 gold every time you proc this. You can get this a maximum of 6 times a minute. You can actually get it sooner because it has no cooldown. It has no cooldown. So once you can Q the enemy laner, you get the extra 5 gold. I racked up almost, I believe it was 300 gold. I believe, or it was 290. I think it was 295 gold in 10 minutes, just by the keystone alone. And I took Cole. I had Cole. I had this keystone. I CS'd about 8 CS per minute. and I sold the items because you can sell the items they give you. You can sell the items they give you, and you can stack them up to 5. You can have 5 of the same items stacked up at 10 minutes. At 10 minutes, I bought Triforce at the 10-minute mark. Triforce was bought. What other champion can do that? It's like this is the strongest keystone. Right next to no. And the top 3, Cleomancy, press the attack, and then electrocute. This keystone is too good. It's too good. They needed changes, I believe. This is too good because I've already tested this because I was curious of how much gold you get every time you procced it, and by goodness, 5 gold per proc, that's more than what Gangplank's passive is. So why would you ever want to queue the minions? You get more gold by queuing the enemy laner and CSing the minions with coal. 10 minutes, almost 4k gold. If you CS perfectly, that's 4k gold. That's your Triforce, some boots, and a ward. It's too good. It's too good. Alright. Contraction. Hashtag flash. They'll have certain junglers with terrain. with going over terrain, but then they have to use your flash for it. So basically, junglers with a bunch of all-in that they want to use their flash for. So Fiddlesticks, he would ult, and then he would have to flash, and then we would have the hex stack flash. So he could go over certain walls that he wouldn't be able to, and get even more creative with his jungle paths. Biscuit delivery, you get a free biscuit every 3 minutes until 12 minutes, so you get 4 biscuits. It's good. It's a luxury, really. Good on tier users. Other than that, it's pretty bad. It's to counter Zed and Talon only, really. It's more of a luxury item. And then again, it does save you 600 gold into your Zonias. Other than that, it's more luxury than anything else. Magical footwear. It's bad. I'm not even gonna go over it. Futures market. Okay, so it does something for champions who have a really, really rough laning phase and they want to get certain items earlier so it could be more bearable. Gangplank. With Cleomancy and Futures Market, you have about, 4.35k gold at 10 minutes. So dumb. But it's good. Like I said, it's good for certain champions. I'm gonna main Gangplank. Victor would be good because he was really good at trading because of his shield on his Q, but since I got nerfed, he fell out of meta and with other things. And so you can recall early with Victor if you push the lane out. Recall early, buy yourself some corrupting pots so you can survive laning phase, because that's where Victor struggles the most right now. It's through laning phase, and if you can just survive laning phase and make it to the mid to late game without much problems, then he'll be good. It's good also to pick up extra pink wards. Other than that, it's fine. Meaning demilitarizer. Excuse me. It's really good for the tanks that have their wave clear nerf, their base damage nerf. So Maokai, Poppy, Galio. It'll be really good for them because they had their wave clear, their base damage nerfed time and time again. So this would be good on those champions. It gives you free wave clear. And now Beyond. Cosmic Thoughts. So it gives you CDR basically. Yeah, just gives you CDR. You can up to like 60% CDR with other masteries, with other not masteries, with other runes in keys. With other runes, you can have to up to 60% cooldown on your ultimate, and that's only on the ultimate because of ultimate hat. Approach velocity, gain movement speed, running towards ally. The range is really good. 1,000 range. That's really good, and it's good in all sense. Yeah, it's good. Like, what do I say? You gain movement speed running towards an allied champion that their movement impaired or enemy champion that you impaired. So, gotta go fast. It's good. It's pretty good. Not awful. Celestial Body. Get 100% health permanently, minus 10% damage to champions and monsters until 10 minutes. This would be only for tanks. I think it's good. And yes, it's minus 10% to champions and monsters until 10 minutes. But you're a tank, you're not going to be wanting to do damage anyways. And if you get the right runes, you can get up to 300, 400 health at level 1, which is really ridiculous. And you can have a Tom Kench going top lane with an extra 800, 900 health, and at that point, like, he doesn't even need to do damage. Like, why would he ever want to do damage if he can't be killed? So, those are the runes and my thoughts on the runes and this preseason. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a wonderful day.